Hello, salam and namaste. Today there are two questions of great concern to most of the people. First is obviously COVID, and second one, surprisingly, is the WhatsApp privacy policy. I am not an expert in COVID, so I can't talk to you about COVID, but yes, I can surely talk to you about the WhatsApp privacy policy and explain to you how it's going to affect us. There are three main questions people keep on asking. First is WhatsApp able to read my messages? Second, is WhatsApp selling my data to somebody? Or third, am I a commodity that anybody can just sell for their own benefit? You see, there's a lot of confusion and hype created on social media and news channels about this privacy policy, as if this is the first time in history your privacy is being invaded by a software or a website. So what is this headache all about? Let's check it out. On the morning of 4th Jan 2021, WhatsApp sent us the WhatsApp New Year gift. And what was it? It was a notification on our phones which said, we have made some changes to our policy, kindly accept it, without a decline button. So as usual, everybody including myself didn't want to go through all the hassle and just clicked on accept. Our mistake is that we don't read whatever new policy changes come up because we consider that to be too much of a jargon, too much of a technical, or too much of boring stuff to read. But hang on, this was serious. It was related to you and your privacy. After all, your privacy is your right. Remember, my privacy is my privacy, none of your privacy. Sorry, and that's too filmy. So what does the new policy talk about? WhatsApp says we will be sharing some of your data with our partner Facebook companies. And what are partner Facebook companies? They are Facebook, Facebook Payments, Instagram, CrowdTangle, and Onavo. Now guys, we have hardly heard half of these names and don't even know the others. But what has WhatsApp done in this? WhatsApp is going to share your data, which is nothing new. There are many other companies who do the same thing because that's what their business model is all about. You look at Gmail, you look at Chrome, you look at Amazon, YouTube, Truecaller. They are all giving you free services. But is that really free? No. There's nothing as free lunch in this world, right? You've heard of that. So here, in this case, we all have unknowingly accepted the terms and conditions of all of these websites, all of these services, without reading the details. Somewhere down the line, in gray, it must have mentioned that we will be sharing your data with our partner companies. Data, as you know, in today's world, is the oil. So data is the new oil of this era. These companies require data so that they can pass on to their partners. The partners will make advertisements for you, post these advertisements on your mobile or your laptop screen as per your preferences. If you see, in one way, it is convenience for you only. However, this is also taken up as a breach of your privacy. So, what data will WhatsApp share with its partner companies is the question. Messages? No. Voice calls? No. Video calls? Definitely no. So what else will they share? We check the privacy policy and it says we will share your mobile model number, your operating system details, your browser details, your time zone, and your IP address. So what's the big deal in this? Most of the companies do steal this data of yours by way of cookies. because they need this data to tailor make advertisements for you and post it back to you. WhatsApp goes a step ahead and says, we will also share your phone number, your display name, your display picture, your status with our partner companies. You may ask, if WhatsApp says openly it's going to share so much of data, what is the guarantee it will not listen to my phone calls and will not check my messages? The answer to this is very, very simple. WhatsApp uses a very simple end-to-end protocol for encrypting messages. They use the service of a company called as Signal. Yes, you're right. This is the same Signal app which is today WhatsApp's biggest competitor. So what is end-to-end encrypted communication? Okay, let me give an example. Supposing you want to write a secret letter to a friend of yours. You write the letter, you put it in a box, lock the box and give it to the postman whose name is WhatsApp. WhatsApp travels to your friend's house, gives it to him, and the key to that lock is already there with your friend. Your friend can open the lock and read the letter. So, from your house to the friend's house, nobody on the way can read the letter. Similarly, your phone and your friend's phone has the encryption and decryption codes which are user specific, and nobody else in between can read your messages or listen to your phone calls. Did you know Facebook Messenger does not have end-to-end encryption, and that you have to enable it every time you start chatting? Whereas Instagram Messenger does not have the feature of end-to-end encryption at all. Back to the privacy policy. So, WhatsApp says we encrypt your end-to-end user messages, but not user to business user messages. Why is that so? Because WhatsApp only acts as a carrier of your message to receive it from you, deliver it to a business account. That business account has an option of using third-party software or exposing your message to n number of individuals in their company to respond back to you. So don't forget that this is the main catch which is causing a lot of confusion with regards to privacy policy. And mind you, my friend, this privacy policy is not new. It was introduced in June 2020, but at that time you had an option to opt in or opt out. But this time WhatsApp is being very cheeky by not giving you the option of opt out, and you have to compulsorily opt into it. So now the question arises, what do I do to keep myself safe? I have two options for you. One is stop chatting with WhatsApp business user accounts, delete your display picture, delete your display name, delete your status, and then WhatsApp will just take your basic information and share it with others as what other apps do. Or just do what Simon says, delete WhatsApp and move on to another app. Let me give you a technical tip over here. There are some people who would not be comfortable sharing their IP address with WhatsApp, which is mandatory. So you can be a bit more smarter by installing a VPN and using WhatsApp through a VPN so that WhatsApp does not get to know your exact location and your IP address. I know it's difficult to move on from WhatsApp because WhatsApp has become a part of our daily routine. Tell me, how many of you wake up in the morning and the first thing you grab is your mobile to check your WhatsApp? Why? Because you have your school friends on WhatsApp. Your uncle and aunt in America are also on WhatsApp. Your banker is on WhatsApp, from where you keep on getting your transaction messages and your bank balances. Even so, your travel agent is also on WhatsApp, who sends you your air tickets, your train tickets automatically, all for your convenience. Hence, you just cannot stop using WhatsApp. You have to gradually move out of WhatsApp. So the next question arises, what is an alternate to WhatsApp? So yes, I've checked up, there are two trending apps which are being a big competition to WhatsApp. One is Telegram and the other is Signal. You can look at this table where I've done a small comparison of the three software. This table shows that security wise, WhatsApp and Signal are good. Privacy wise, Signal is the best. And ease of use, Signal takes a step down from the other two. But since Signal is new, I'm sure it will up its game and will add more features soon to match WhatsApp and Telegram, like typing status, stickers, etc. Saying this, in my opinion, I am sure a 12-year-old WhatsApp company will not give up so easily and will definitely revise its privacy policy to suit everybody and continue leading the market. So what have we learned from this whole episode of WhatsApp privacy policy? 1. We need a data protection law at the government level. We need to request our government to come up with such a bill and finalize it as soon as possible. Why? The European Union has something called as GDPR, which is in place since last 2 years, because of which WhatsApp was not able to change their privacy policy while it could change for the rest of the world. Point number 2. Check your mobile settings and remove permissions for apps that don't require that particular service. For example, you must have given permission to an app while installing it to give it access to read your SMS just for the sake of OTP, which was a one-time process. Or possibly you must have given access to some graphics software, access to your location, which is not required. Point number 3, uninstall apps which you don't use. Point number 4, change your advertisement preferences in Facebook. How do you do that? I'm sharing the link in the description below. Friends, that's about it. I want to reconfirm that I'm not signaling you to uninstall WhatsApp. Rather, I was just trying to explain to you what is the privacy policy. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please hit like and subscribe and share with others. Thank you.